7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello everybody, how y'all doing on this Saturday, March the 1st, 2025? We're full of college basketball today, as well as NBA later on, as well as everything else. We got North Carolina versus Miami first. Wow, Miami is 6-22 against 18-11 North Carolina. That's the first game as we get ready to start March Madness, ladies and gentlemen. How y'all doing out there? I'm your host. Welcome to The Point of View. I'm your host, Mike D, a.k.a. DDE80, a.k.a. 13th Wonder of the World, a.k.a. Mike DZ. So nice to talk to y'all on this Saturday. Man, we got a lot of stuff going on today. We got the pay-per-view tonight. We got AEW Collision tonight. We got the NBA. We got all kind of things going on tonight, man. It's going to be interesting to see Philly against Golden State. Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler returning to Philly. I wonder what kind of game he's going to have against his former team, Philly. Shout out to the Point Place family, Bobby Reezy, of course. And oh yeah, Bobby Reezy, let me say this, man. Soon and very soon, man. Me, you, that dude, and DJ Fadeaway are going to do a semi-cast soon as the NBA playoffs start kicking, or we might just do our, I don't know, are you kind of familiar with college basketball? I don't hear you talk about it enough or much, but if you want to, we'll do a bracket. We'll pick out a bracket on there and see or discuss some college basketball or whatever you want to discuss. But I know Fadeaway and that dude's going to want to talk about basketball as well as professional wrestling. You can get in, chime in on that too, but we're going to do that soon. It's going to be a point of view semi-cast where all of us gets on, and of course I'm the host. I guess I can ask the questions for everybody and get their answers about it and try to make something happen. That's coming soon. I've already talked to that dude about it. He said he's cool with it. Fadeaway said let him know, and we're gonna do it soon, man, real soon, and it ain't gonna be too long before we do it. Also, me getting back in the studio, dropping a couple of hits, it's gonna be soon. It's gonna be soon as well. But shout out to the Point Place family, man. I love you guys, man. Appreciate you guys for giving me a shot at this and letting me come on and do this. Yeah, man, I want to talk a little bit about last night NBA. The Lakers win again. Sorry, B.Ray, we beat the Clippers, man. A great win by them. Looks like it's working so far for the Lakers. I'm thinking that the Lakers got a chance at it. Great game last night between Memphis and who was that? Memphis. Who did Memphis lose to last night? Because the Knicks. The Knicks came back and beat Memphis in a Nobi hit a three-pointer and Ja Morant missed the shot at the end. And I just want to say that the second half of the season has been exciting, man. And you know, it's very, very rare to talk about that, but it's, you know how some teams just coast along. The Celtics lost to the Cavs. The Celtics has lost 2 in a row, if I'm not mistaken. They lost to Detroit, but they also lost to the Cavs. And this goes to show you right here that the Cavs are not scared of the Celtics. And we're going to see what happens with that in the future. But let me talk about. Sorry about the horn, you guys. Let me talk about the players the teams that are in playoff contention right now. If the playoffs were to start today, let me go into the Eastern Conference first. Number 1 is Cleveland. Number 2 is Boston. 3 is New York. Bucks 4, Pacers 5, Pistons 6, Heat 7, Magic 8, 9 Hawks, Bulls is 10, Nets 11, and guess who's 12? The Philadelphia 76ers. They're going to lose tonight to Golden State. I don't think Golden State's going to lose to them. So if the playoffs were to start right now, we would have 1 and 8, which would be the Cavs and the Magic. You guys remember last year, the Magic and the Cavs went all 7 games in that series. If it would not have been for Cleveland beating Orlando at home, I think they won in Game 7 in Cleveland last year. If it wouldn't have been for Cleveland having home court advantage, they probably would have lost. They probably would have lost that. But that's going to be interesting if that was to happen today. Not disowning and not counting out the Hawks or the Bulls, because they're going to be possibly trying to get a shot at the play-in. The 2 and 7 would be interesting, because it'll be the Celtics versus the Miami Heat. Bam versus Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. We know that the Heat and the Celtics have been the last 2 teams to compete in the Eastern, but have been the Eastern Conference champions, but has been the last 2 teams to go play for a championship out of the East. So one of them will be going home first, and they've had a lot of years where they played against each other in these playoffs. Number 3 would be the Knicks and the Pistons. Now, the Pistons have proved to everybody this year that they're a better team. I don't think they're ready yet. I say the Knicks would win that probably in 5. And this would be interesting. Bucks and Pacers. I don't know who's going to go home first, but this would be probably a 7-game series, because I think that the Pacers will put up a fight, but Giannis is going in healthy this year, so I think Giannis and them would possibly get out of the first round of the playoffs this year by beating the Indiana Pacers. Let's go to the West, and then I'll talk about wrestling, because the Elimination Chambers tonight. Let's go to the West side. OKC is 1. These are the standings today. Nuggets 2, Grizzlies 3, the Lakers 4, Rockets 5, Clippers 6, Warriors 7, Mavs 8, T-Wolves 9, Kings 10. This is disgraceful right here. Suns are 11, and the Portland Trail Blazers are 12. So if the playoffs were to start today, the Phoenix Suns would not even have a shot at a play-in. This is one of the most disappointing teams of the season, the Phoenix Suns is, because there's no way that you have Kevin Durant, one of the greatest scorers in league history, being on their 11th seed Phoenix Suns team. He has been the only one. Listen to what I'm going to tell you guys. Kevin Durant has been more durable over these past 2 seasons than he's ever been since he had the both Achilles tear, when he tore his Achilles back in 2019 in the finals against the Toronto Raptors when he was playing with Golden State. Kevin Durant has been durable. Kevin Durant has been durable. There's been nobody that has been getting in the way of what KD's doing. But his team has not. There's so much turmoil in Phoenix till it's a shame. And even, look at this. The Timberwolves, and I don't think Julius Randle's playing. But guess where they're at? Last year, they were one of the top teams that were in the Western Conference Finals. This year, they're out in the play-in. As of right now, they're in the play-in. Ant-Man can't do it all by itself. I still think it was a bad trade that they made to get Karl Anthony Towns out of there. Now you're seeing that you needed him, and you still need him to play. So let's talk about the matchups. 1 and 8 would be the Mavs versus OKC. If Anthony Davis and Gafford were playing right now and the players would have started, OKC would be tired because they would play them all 7 games. This would be a 7-game series between Dallas and OKC. And if you remember, Dallas last year with Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving and PJ Washington, those boys, they eliminated SGA, Jalen Williams, and those boys in OKC. That's exactly what happened. And that's going to be interesting. Guess who's 7? Golden State. Guess who's number 2? Denver. If I'm Denver, do I want to play Steph Curry in the first round? Absolutely not. But you know what would happen? Denver would win the series. You want to know why they win? They would win the series in 7 because the Warriors are going to compete each game. And they're going to beat them in 7. Let's go with 3 and 6. Grizzlies and Clippers. Now, I love B.Ray. I love it. This could be a shock because the Clippers could. Kawhi Leonard is playoff Kawhi Leonard when he's playing. When he's not playing, you're not going to win. But this would be interesting. But the Grizzlies this year has came back headstrong. They've got a lot of weapons on their team. Jaren Jackson Jr. has proven to everybody that he's coming. He's an all-star. He was an all-star this year. Ja Morant, when he's in the lineup, he's still a threat. He's going to be I think Ja Morant's going to be an all-star next season if he can stay healthy. Desmond Bane has played great. Edie's played great for them. They got some young guys out there that are not scared of the moment. So we could see that series, and this is just me talking about if the playoffs start today, because we know that by next month all this could change. But 4 and 5, the Lakers and the Rockets. The Lakers will win this series in 6. LeBron would be able to get the young Rockets out of there. Even though Dylan Brooks would talk a lot of trash, LeBron would send him home. It's just that simple. They don't have nobody to stop Luka. Now, Sun Gun and Jalen Green and all those boys, they play absolutely phenomenal. They have played absolutely phenomenal. Fred has been out, but Fred has been a part of the core in Houston. They got some guys out there. Steven Adams has played great with Houston. Man, I'm just telling you right now, the Rockets they're going to be a monster come next season. Thompson boy, Amen Thompson. I think that's his name that plays for Houston. Both brothers are right now in playoff contention. So that's going to be a good thing for them. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens. You know, as the moving pieces go along in the playoffs, man. As the NBA playoffs are coming soon. We got another month away before that happens. But March Madness is about to start soon, and North Carolina's putting a beating on Miami. So they're going to probably win this game. Let me switch gears and talk about wrestling. Friday Night SmackDown last night was in Toronto. The card from top to bottom was absolutely great. From the interference of Trish Stratus, when it was Tiffany time, Tiffany versus Chelsea Green, champion versus champion match, no titles were on the line. Let me tell you this. I thought that it was going to be Chelsea Green defending the United States Championship against somebody. I still think that it could be Trish Stratus versus Chelsea Green at WrestleMania. They have maneuvered a lot of things around. I'll talk about what I'm talking about, and I'll tell you what I'm talking, I will tell you what I'm talking about in a few minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, Trish and Tiffany Time are probably going to beat Nia Jax and beat Candice LeRae. I just think that they're going to do it tonight. And I think that if you want to make some suspense, I think you have Tiffany Time turn on Trish Stratus. Make it a Tiffany Stratton versus Trish Stratus at WrestleMania, if you want to go that route. Make Trish be, because from what I've heard, she's supposed to be having a WrestleMania match. And by the way, 25 years Trish Stratus in the business, congratulations to her. She's still in the business after 25 years. That's some great longevity by a beautiful Canadian woman by the name of Trish Stratus. And by the way, let me say this. To say that she's older, God has blessed her with great beauty. And her kids are grown now, because I think she had twins back in the day. This will be her first time her kids will see her wrestle. So congratulations to the Hall of Famer Trish Stratus. Although Fadeaway wants all of them to go home. We saw the United States tournament take place. Braun Strowman loses again, like I said. Melo wins. Jacob Fatu wins. LA Knight wins. I don't like what they're doing to Santos Escobar. I think Santos Escobar is getting jobbed for the hell of it. Excuse my French. I think that Santos Escobar has potential in this business, and they're not taking him serious. And that is why I thought he should have been a part of the transfer portal to go to Monday Night Raw. That's where I thought he should have went. I really wish that Santos could have went to Raw, and I think he could possibly go back to NXT and become a North American champion if they want to make that match happen. I think you make that with Santos Escobar. That's just me talking because I don't like what they're doing to him. That's just my thoughts on that. And so we had the 6-man tag. Great win by Roxanne Perez. She beat Bayley on SmackDown. Well, it was a great move by her. I think that at WrestleMania, you're probably going to have Roxanne Perez go up against Bayley. That would be a great coming out win for her, but I think Bayley's probably going to win that match because they're not going to keep letting Roxanne just go over on Bayley. I don't think that's going to happen. I think at Mania, if they book that match at Mania, I think Roxanne Perez loses her first WrestleMania match against Bayley. Very interesting. Rock bought Cody, got him a locker room. Had his own locker room with all kind of wines and food in there. R-Truth in there playing as usual. We saw the truck by The Rock. The Rock popped up on SmackDown camera and told him, Cody, you got to make a decision tonight at the Elimination Chamber, and I'll get to all that in a minute. Also, we had some other great matches on SmackDown. Jacob Fatu, and it looked like it's going to be Solo versus Fatu at WrestleMania. Let me also say something else that I read on the dirt sheets. There is a rumor going around that's saying Roman Reigns may not be wrestling at WrestleMania. Are you serious? Whoever said that, they need to stop. There is no way you go to Las Vegas and you have the OTC not be in a match at WrestleMania. I think that Roman Reigns pops up tonight in Toronto and confronts Seth Rollins or something like that. That's what needs to happen tonight at WrestleMania. Seth Rollins is not going to win the Elimination Chamber. Here's what I also think. WWE has did a 180 in this situation. And this is what I want to talk about. I said there was two guys that can win this Elimination Chamber. I said CM Punk or John Cena. I don't think CM Punk's going to win because of Logan Paul. I think they're setting up a match between Logan Paul and CM Punk at WrestleMania. Unless they change the narrative, that's the match that we're going to see at WrestleMania. CM Punk versus Logan Paul. A regular showcase match to get CM Punk over by winning his first WrestleMania match in the last 11 years. Because remember, he was going to there was a conversation last year that he was going to fight Seth Rollins for the WWE World Heavyweight title at WrestleMania. But because he got injured, it didn't happen. So that was out the window. So John Cena, where does that put him now? I still think he could be the one to win. But what kind of match are you going to put John Cena in if he does not win the Elimination Chamber? I think John wins, and you put him in the world title match against Cody Rhodes. That would be the big match that everybody wants to see at Mania. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me talk about what else I've read. Now the rumor sheet's saying that Drew McIntyre has rose up to be a odds of favorite to win the Elimination Chamber for the second year in a row. Because guess what? I told Fade Away this last night. I told him this last night when I was conversating with him about this. I said, what if it's Drew McIntyre that signs up with The Rock? He said, you know what? That makes plenty of sense. He said that makes a lot of sense because of the character that he's playing. That could be a great swirl because John Cena could become heel. Let me tell y'all something that I wish would happen in this situation. I want John Cena to be the basic Thugonomics John Cena again. I want him to embrace being a heel in this last retirement, this last run he has in WWE. Why do I say that? I'm going to tell you exactly why I said it. I'm saying it because of the fact of the matter is because John needs this. He does not need to be stale right now. Not in his retirement. Not in his retirement tour. He does not need to be stale. He needs to keep the fans intrigued on what he's going to do. And that is what he needs to do. He needs to become a full-fledged heel, and he needs to side with Dwayne Johnson. But they're saying that it's going to be Drew McIntyre. I thought that we were going to see Drew McIntyre probably go up against LA Knight and Shinsuke Nakamura for the United States title. But this would make a lot of sense if he was to be the one that sells out and be with The Rock. Because he would win the Elimination Chamber. You could get Cody versus Drew at WrestleMania. But where does that leave John? Who is John Cena going to fight at WrestleMania? And you got to not just throw anybody in that mix to fight John Cena. It has to be somebody that was in that Elimination Chamber. It could be a Seth Rollins versus John Cena. That would fit the bill. Everybody would want to see that. It could be, who else is in that Elimination Chamber? Damian Priest versus John Cena. You could have that go on at WrestleMania. But I'm just saying, the thing about it is, you have to, if you're going to change the narrative like that and go from not having Cena versus Cody, because that's what the fans want to see. The fans want to see Cody versus John unless Cody sells out and becomes the Rock guy, which is corporate. That's what's going to happen. But it's interesting. It's very interesting. It's interesting on both of the women and the men Elimination Chamber. KO versus Sami Zayn. I think Sami Zayn wins, but I think I think Kevin Owens wins and Randy Orton comes out. That's what I think is going to happen. Or Randy Orton's going to be out Friday. They're going to make that match between Kevin Owens and Randy Orton at WrestleMania. Sami Zayn is probably going to end up going up against Karrion Kross, but I would love to see Karrion Kross have a WrestleMania match. I'm still looking to see what they're going to do with Sheamus for WrestleMania. It's very interesting. I do believe that tonight, Alexa Bliss is one of the favorites to win the the Elimination Chamber, because it would be interesting to see Alexa Bliss go one-on-one with Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania, but I still want to say it could possibly be Bianca. Nobody wants to see Liv versus Rhea at WrestleMania. No. Who wants to see that? It could happen. Roxanne Perez is not going to beat. But you know something else, folks? And I want to say this because I totally forgot she was in this match. Remember when Bayley first came back to Raw and how she was eyeing the women's world title that was around the waist of Rhea Ripley? You could have Bayley versus Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. So you cannot lose with those three options. I should have thought about this a while back because I said that she's wrapped up in a match with Roxanne. But man, I'm telling you, Bayley could be the one to win this match, or Bayley could be the one that attacked Jade Cargill. Let's think about that. Or we don't know who did it. They keep saying that Raquel and Liv did it, but I don't think it was Raquel and Liv. I think it was either Bianca or Naomi or Bayley that ran down, that attacked Jade Cargill. But we're going to find that out in the upcoming weeks because I know that Jade's going to have a match. Jade Cargill is going to have a match at WrestleMania. And she has to go up against somebody that she can squash. I don't think you squash Bianca Belair. I think what you do is you put on a great match between her and you let Bianca lose like that. But it's interesting to see what else is going to happen with this situation as we get prepared for WrestleMania. Because after this, there's two things that are going to happen before WrestleMania now in April. They are probably going to have a Saturday night's main event coming up in the next couple of weeks. I do think they're going to have, because you got to have one of those before WrestleMania. You just got to. I think you're going to have that. And let me also say this, with all due respect to everybody, WWE 2K25 comes out this coming week. The first attractors come out this coming week. So the first people that get it this week are gonna be happy because it's gonna be a part of what we're looking for. And that's a great game, ladies and gentlemen. A great game by WWE to have 2K25 come out this week. Yeah, and it comes out next week on the 14th, if I'm not mistaken. The 14th is on a Friday, if I'm not mistaken. Friday the 14th is going to be when the game comes out, but I'm going to try to get a shot at it on the 7th if I can. But those are some of the situations that I want to see. I could be wrong about it. I'm going to try to post later tonight if I'm not too tired or sleepy. I'm going to enjoy the rest of the day. You guys enjoy the rest of the day as well. Don't forget the Elimination Chamber comes on tonight from Toronto. AEW Collision comes on tonight. The only match I really know that takes place tonight is Adam Cole versus Daniel Garcia for the TNT title. That could happen. I don't know if they want to put the belt on Daniel Garcia, take the belt off of Daniel Garcia tonight. Maybe they're trying to do something big to compete with WWE and the Elimination Chamber and compete with Steph Curry tonight as well. So it's going to be a lot of sports going on tonight, ladies and gentlemen. You guys enjoy your day and enjoy your sports. God bless you. God keep you. Enjoy your day.